Are you good up there? Oh, talking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, testing. Oh, sweet, okay. Hi everyone, oh my gosh. Hi guys, thank you so much for coming and supporting and taking time out of your weekend during a possible ice storm to be here. Thank you for sacrificing your safety for me. So yeah, I just wanted to give a brief introduction about the book and read a poem. And I'm going to be reading every 30 minutes, so it's like drop in. So feel free to leave if you're not interested to stay after this. It doesn't really matter, so you're good. But thank you for coming. Oh my God. So I did not think I would be writing poetry a handful of years ago. I failed every poetry project or section in my high school career and also in college, and I hated poetry. And then I just kind of started writing, and definitely not good poetry at first, but so yeah. And then I started writing this book in my last semester of undergrad. It was an independent study to kind of write a full manuscript for a poetry book, and then I fleshed it out to be a full book with the help of a designer, and then Esther, who's back there, who did the lovely cover. So this was not just me who did this. A lot of creative people helped me, and pretty much everyone in this room probably inspired me and encouraged me. So thank you guys, seriously, for being in my life. Like, I appreciate all of you so dearly. So yeah, the title is My Words Sounded of Maraschino Cherries, and that's a wacky title, I know. But I found out I had a cherry allergy around my, around year 14 when my tongue swelled up, and I didn't really care that much because cherries, you don't really think about eating cherries ever. But so then I ate maraschino cherries to get kind of that cherry taste, and this is kind of what inspired the book. So I'll read a section from my introduction. So the maraschino cherry is a brilliant image to walk alongside your 20s when unable to find the real or natural. It is a partner loved out of convenience, the intimacy that never satisfies, and the wonderful yet frustrating balance between the inadequacy and the fully developed. The artificial cherry is a cacophony of curiosity, adoration, desire, agony, and disillusion. You must act as an immense skeptic during this time of awakenings and maraschino cherries, or adulthood, just enough able to hold on to yourself during these ages, but self-sufficient enough to burst or deflate what is untrue and inauthentic. So basically, the idea is I can't have the real thing, the cherry, the fruit of the cherry, the forbidden fruit. And this maraschino cherry is an image for this kind of age of adulthood that you walk into where you can't find something real and you're wondering what is this life and how do I live it? So I'll read the feature poem. It sounds like I'm about to cry. I'm like shaky, but it's okay. So this is the poem that I wrote, and so the title of this book was going to be To Those Who Left Dead or Alive, but I wrote this poem, and the line in here is My Words Sounded of Maraschino Cherries. And once I wrote this line, I knew it was going to be the title of this book because for some reason it just stood out to me and meant so much to me. So yeah, so this is Maraschino Cherries. Let me take a breath. Okay, we're okay. The inspiration is simple as opposed to the method. He said, if you tip them well, they put more vodka in the drink. I shove my straw between ice cubes and wonder how I can drink a dirty Shirley Temple with a cherry allergy. No real cherries, bartender, only seedless and rubber and inadequate cherries for me. They are the taste of New Year's Eve, riding slightly intoxicated scooters through downtown Tampa, listening to the whiz of drunken white noise end my innocent girlhood, realizing the sticky warmth was not fabrication, but blood running down my arm, realizing I am a poet destined to write about adulthood and alcohol and arm blood and awful heartbreak. I met him in poetry 2 years ago, my competence a topic of conversation leading to his statement, "You belong in my creative mind." I compartmentalized as the ghost in the narcissistic machine, packaged like lousy airplane food over the uninspired dishwasher, make sense of the name domestic, and, in response, return to my position. And I am now back, stuttering and sipping Dirty Shirley's into the new year with him. Are you going to stop talking to me? My words sounded of maraschino cherries, as if we hadn't already paid the tab, or dissolved the last of my blood into my blazer sleeve, or given up on our youth's birthday vanilla ice cream. But we are now back, a poet and her dying company's creative mind. Do you still want mine? Conversation fizzles into his Jack and Coke. My God, Coca-Cola is horrible for the human body. Icky, unhealthy habits such as heartbreak. I always promised myself I'd never love a man who drinks Coke and sugar sips the poet's punctuation. Unrelated, I sip lukewarm water at a butterfly cafe in mid-January, wondering how the small scar on my thumb bled into 2 rounds of cherry red drinks. And I fear that you will somehow feel responsible for this poem, but the method of poetry is simple. Adulthood and alcohol and arm blood and awful heartbreak, as opposed to my inspiration. So yeah, that's the feature poem. Oh, thank you. Wow, okay, thanks guys, wow. So there's more poetry to read. I'll be up in like 30 minutes, so feel free to do whatever, discuss, I don't know, tear apart that poem that you just heard, I don't know. So thank you guys for coming.